Yo, what's up, guys? Team Oblivion back at it again. We got an OTS championship just finished up, and we have a winner here with Nicolas Ortiz with not Sky Striker.
Yeah, so I showed up because there were a couple people on the team that needed their invites. So I thought, I'll just show up. I'll mess around a little bit. If I play them, then we can have a fun match. So I didn't want to play Striker, anything super relevant. So I played Nekroz. And then apparently people forgot what Nekroz cards do. So
Alright, let's get into the list.
okay. So one Unicorn. And this card's at 1 for good reason. It's 2300 attack, so it outs Window just on his own. Chidal's has always been a buy for Nekroz, so they have their Kaligo Window. You have Unicorn on the field, negates everything. 2300, sick deck. And then also the 3 Brio also outs Window. And Salamander is literally a buy for this deck. That means it's destroyed by this card and then this card. You just recruit so much advantage. And we got 2 Colossalus. It breaks at 3. And again, like 2300 defense. Also, Winda can't get over it. Like, Winda is terrible against this deck. And then the quick effect, make attack 0. It can be relevant when your hands aren't super good. 2 Valk and then 2 Trish to round up the Nekroz ritual monsters. Trish is just always broken and will continue to be good. The banishing 3 cards, if you resolve this, you almost should always win the game. Especially, like, you can chain block this card because it's always chain link 1, so you can go like chain link 1, Trish, chain link 2 Shirt to try and use it. Or you can use Trish with the Trish in hand to try and block like an Infirm. And Valk's good. Bad players don't respect the Valk, so they lose when they try and kill you with Moral Sword. And good players respect the Valk too much, so they won't kill you, so you can grind a lot. And the Tribute to draw like helps dig to your side, especially when you're playing incantations. Speaking of incantations, we got 3 Chalice Slime. This is the best incantation, like, period. It's so good you have to play a bunch of bricks of the other incantations. This card essentially says, you reveal in your hand, discard a card, add any ritual, monster, or spell from deck or grave to hand. Its monster effect never comes up, but just the fact that every single turn you can recur everything you need was really good. And I won Ben 10 just to combo to add Vanity's Ruler. That's it for the ritual monsters. Regular monsters, 2 Shirt. Shirt just also bricks 3. I know it's at 3 now, but you only really need 2. I'm glad this card's more than 1 copy because you can actually start playing. And then for the incantations, we have 2 Mandra, 2 Pencil Plume, 1 Candle, 1 Bookstone. All these cards just you don't really want to open, but you have to play them because of the Chalice Slime. The reason why I'm playing 1 of each of these and then 2 of these is that the Nekroz monsters essentially just always add the ritual spells. And you're playing more monsters than you are playing ritual spells, so these are usually more live than this. But you still want to play 1 of each, just in case when you need to use a Brio already that turn to search something else, you can still use this. So I like to usually divide these into 2 things. This is the early game, this is the late game. You always bring out these guys in your turn 1, you bring these guys out in your turn 2 or 3. And I don't like Bookstone a lot, but interesting interaction is this card's a spellcaster. So against Secret Village, you can still summon this out and still continue playing. But so for the incantations, and then 2 Manju. This is definitely textbook definition if you want to see it sometimes, but not all the time. Because your standard combo uses your normal summon to bring out the Vanity's Ruler. But when you don't have the Vanity's Ruler combo, you want to open Manju. So it's one of those things that's if I have the combo, then I'm not going to summon this, which is why you don't really want to have 3 of it, because it's going to be a dead card if you're trying to go for the whole Vanity's Ruler lock. Really. Spells. Just have the 5 rituals. You really don't need 2 Kaleidoscopes since Unicorn's at 1. And I, for a while, just played the 4, but it came up too often where I needed an extra ritual spell for the real grindy games. So I know Bookstone can add these back, but just the second mirror comes up a lot. This is only really the true neg 1. These 2 don't really neg yourself. So, but it's good the late game when you don't really have to continue accruing advantage. You can just trick someone by using Shirt. And then 1 Inception. People who don't play this card don't understand the power of Inception. If you have Inception and Chalice Slime in your hand, you're getting a free monster and spell every single turn. This card is absurd. You summon an incantation, add itself back to hand, which is a bunch of advantage every turn. If you're playing Nekroz, that's exactly what you want. And then we have 3 Prep, 3 Ruler, and 3 Call by the Grave. So this is always Pot of Extravagance, but I didn't have it for today, so I thought probably just the next best thing to I thought it was for Extravagance, it basically baits Ash, so just play a card that kills Ash, and then Droll is super prevalent right now, so I wanted to play 3 copies of this card just so I didn't auto lose to Droll. And the thing about Dark Ruler in the main is you still want to go first. But I was thinking about the guy who won Romanian Nationals last year who played this deck. He main 3 evenly matched, and he still wanted to go first. And his thinking was, if you go first, you're going to win the game anyway. So play the strongest blowout card you can if you go second. And for him at the time it was evenly because they didn't have Nibiru and Dark Ruler. So I think Dark Rulers like fits that role now, in the sense of like control decks. Like Vanity's Ruler isn't super good anyway, so you're probably losing. So at least like ensure the combo deck matchup by having the Dark Ruler. And that's it for that. Even 40. Extract's pretty irrelevant. Shout out to Melvin. 3 Arclight. I mean, this is just essentially my extra deck. Like if I would have Extravagance. If you're not playing Extravagance, you play less than this. And then the ones just to pop things if you really need to. Random rank 4s, Dweller, Tornado, Cowboy, and Exciton. This is good when you ruler someone, you just don't have a way to get Trish, you can nuke the board. Tornado and Dweller I make in certain matchups. You seldom use these, but they are there. Dweller can be 22. And Cowboy is like, you search and you take so long for your games, because it takes so long with like shuffling and drawing to like get somewhere, you get into time a lot. And for me, I was like, if I have an infinite space in my extra deck, I might as well play it. And Phoenix is the only Link monster. And then Omega, because I play Gamma, and then my 6 target, my 7 target, my 9 target, my 11 target, and my 12 target for Kaleidoscope. Side deck really quickly. 3 Gamma Droll, it's to get rid of... 3 Gamma Driver, it's to get rid of Droll, Ash, highest impact hand type. If you draw it, you can still do well with it. 3 Spheres, you don't really need your normal summon, so it can just get there sometimes. 3 Denko, again, don't need your normal summon, blow back row decks out of the water. This deck already struggles with those kinds of decks, so might as well. Same with 3 Lightning Storm. And the last spice was like 2 Secret Village. Where like, you end on Unicorn usually, and that's a spellcaster. So when you're playing in certain decks that are probably going to side Dark Ruler against you, games 2 and 3, you just put a Secret Village on the field. And you know, Vanity's Ruler, Unicorn, Secret Village is just like unoutable by a bunch of decks. Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Thank you again for the deck profile. Hopefully you'll be hearing from Team Oblivion again soon, in the near future. Maybe not with Nekroz though.
Yeah.
Alright. This is Oblivion Games signing off.
That's it.